Hey sports fans, I didn't see you there. Welcome to the second official installment of the Talking Guy Report. I'm a guy talking, and you're here to listen, so let's get started. First off, last week I mentioned a little something about Jameis Winston run away with the Rookie of the Year race. Obviously, there's a lot of other rookies that should be recognized. I just think that he is the best, team. He's done the best job supporting his team, so I do want to make a quick mention of that. Watching Sunday night's games and Sunday throughout the day, I started thinking about what I was going to talk about, and I was thinking I would talk about Rookie of the Year. But I'm going to skip that for this week. Probably talk about that next week. After that Patriots game, I feel like it's a great week for someone like me, a Panthers fan, to go ahead and talk about the MVP race. Because obviously Cam Newton is in that front, and this is a great week to talk about it. So, first off, I want to mention the top three candidates that are pretty obvious to everybody. You got Carson Palmer, Tom Brady, and of course Cam Newton. Okay, I think the latter two are the only ones that are really have potential to take this award. Not taking away anything from Carson Palmer. He's a great quarterback. Definitely proved that he's still got it. All right, he's taken an Arizona team who's really not any good without him. They proved that last year when they lost the first round playoffs to a Carolina Panthers team. That in all actuality, if things were set up a little differently, it wouldn't even have made the playoffs. But they won their division with a 7-8-1 record. So honestly, they're not much without him, according to that. But if you look at his weapons, he's got Larry Fitzgerald. He's got Chris Johnson, who could have done a lot more. If really given the chance, he showed that in Tennessee. He's got a lot in him. So obviously, even other than those two great players, Chris Johnson and Larry Fitzgerald, they have tons of weapons. They have some other great receivers, great tight end. So they have a lot going for them. Okay, obviously Carson Palmer is a great quarterback, and he shouldn't take anything away from him. But the main two I want to talk about is Tom Brady and Cam Newton, because really they're the ones that have the real chance for that award. Carson Palmer probably has a great chance for Comeback Player of the Year. So, good luck on that. But let's move forward. Tom Brady. All right. Last game and a half, no Rob Gronkowski. They were looking good in that Denver game. Really thought they were going to win in that snowy Denver game. But they lost Gronkowski, and guess what? They lost the game. Okay? They go into this game. You still assume that they're going to beat this Philadelphia team. This Philadelphia team hasn't produced well at all this year. They don't have a lot of wins. Even in that division, you don't really expect them to do anything. They come up, they're playing arguably the best team in the league. They were the best in power rankings from week 1 to last week when they lost. So you really expect them to do well. But guess what? Without Gronk, they lost again. So that's 2 losses in a row for a team that won 10 games straight. That's insane. All right? So obviously Tom Brady is missing something. All right? You lost Julian Edelman, you lost Deion Lewis, and it didn't seem to affect you much. You have some great wide receivers backing him up. You have a great running back backing up Deion Lewis. So there's not really anything you can say about that, okay? So out of all these analysts and everything that are saying that, that's what it's going to come down to, it's going to come down to your supporting cast. He's got everything he needs, but without Gronk, you can't win a game. Point blank, period. All right, jumping right into Cam Newton. Cam Newton, obviously, if you watched the Saints game at all, a lot of drop balls. All right, a lot of great passes from Cam Newton, straight up drops. Could have been a 6-7 touchdown game for Cam Newton if he was really pushing for it, if they didn't drop those balls. All right. Now the defense, you say, oh, their defense is their supporting cast. Their defense is so great. Obviously, yes, Carolina's defense is wonderful. They are really good. Luke Kuechly, Josh Norman, Kirk Coleman, Short. I mean, everybody is. They're just a bunch of monsters on there. And obviously, Roman Harper, going back to playing his old team, had a lot to say about it, and a lot of great things to say about Cam Newton. As a fan, I really appreciate things like that when that sort of thing goes down, because a lot of people are, obviously mad at Cam Newton for, being the type of way he is, celebrating in the end zone, and giving the balls away to the kids, which is great. To me, I feel like he's doing an awesome thing for the kids. He's doing an awesome thing for the fans. Everybody loves it, especially in Carolina. All right? So, moving on to his actual skills and attributes, if you watch that game at all, the only reason we won was because Cam Newton pushed for it. He practically got a concussion going for a touchdown. I think he hesitated because he didn't think anybody was going to get to him. But then last minute he saw somebody, dove in, helmet to helmet, almost got a concussion. 2 plays later, throws a pass, Ted Ginn, touchdown. Alright? So basically what I'm trying to say is, even when he's hurt, he's going to give it his all. Alright? We were down in the 4th quarter, came back and won the game. Okay? It wasn't because of our great defense, even though they did have a big stop after that. It was because of Cam Newton, and Cam Newton is going to do whatever he can to win every single game. All right. Ron Rivera said something. Obviously, I'm paraphrasing here. He said something like, "Every time they go into a game, they go in like it's an 0-0 record. It's the first game of the year. Neither team has anything established," and that's the way that Cam Newton looks at everything too. He's kind of established that kind of mindset to go along with it. And that's how they play every single game. They have to win the game because it's the first game of the year. It's a big game, right? Well, going into the playoffs, it's not going to be any different. Okay? So, not only do I think that he should be the MVP, I think they're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot. The way it's looking right now, the Patriots are going to have to... Everybody assumed it was going to go through Foxborough, but the Patriots are going to have to play in the divisional round. Because right now, the Broncos and the Bengals are the ones with the first round bye. And unless anything else happens, that's the way it's going to be. So, I think that Cam has put himself in a position where his team's going to have a first round bye. They're going to make the Super Bowl. I don't see anybody beating them in the NFC. The only one that even get close, let's be honest, is New England. But they're not going to be playing at home, so if anyone knocks them out, it's not going to be easy, obviously. It's professional football. It's never easy. But he's proved that he is the MVP because he's more than capable of winning games pretty much by himself. Even though he's got that great supporting cast on defense, his wide receivers are iffy at best. Greg Olsen is awesome, but he's a tight end. He can only do so much. Jonathan Stewart is great in the running game, but again, there's not really a lot of running backs to back him up. You got Fozzie Whitaker, and it's just not enough to not say that he's not carrying the whole team. At least, well, not carrying the whole team, but at least pretty much being the driving force for the entire team on offense. And he had to do what he had to do. Defense gave up more points than they have all year long, and he had to go out there, drive down the field to win the game. He did what he had to do. He's so much more poised now than he was his rookie year. If he was put in that situation back then, he would have hung his head. He wouldn't have taken it well, and he probably would have thrown the game away. But he went out there, he stayed focused, he knew what he had to do, and he got it done. That's it. Okay? Tom Brady, you say what you will about him. Denver game, he tried to do the same thing. Couldn't push it in the overtime. He had the possession first and couldn't do anything with it. Lost the game. Okay? And he lost to a very bad Philadelphia team. Okay, so when you look at that, 2 losses in a row to a Denver Broncos team led by Brock Osweiler. He's a great quarterback, but he's not tested. He's not battle tested. He's going against what everybody thought was the best team in the entire league, and he beats you. Okay? Then you play a Philadelphia team that everybody thought was completely done. Everybody's quit on Chip Kelly. Sam Bradford's first game back. How well is he going to do? Well, he did pretty well, and defense just tore him apart. All right? What else can you say? Cam Newton, MVP all day. Thank you for watching the Talking Guy Report. Remember, I'm a guy, and so are you. Alright guys, and don't forget, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. If you don't want to subscribe, subscribe anyway, and then give it another thumbs up. Thanks for watching, guys.